This is Nightline. Tonight, ransom notes. Police releasing 2 chilling letters allegedly from Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers. How they claim she died, and their shocking apology to the Guthrie family.
We're going to track it down until we find out who it is that sent that ransom note.
Almost exactly 6 months after her disappearance, could this finally help find Nancy Guthrie? Plus, inside the scene of the crime, the jury in the case against Linsey Clancy making a field trip to the home where the Massachusetts mother admits she killed her 3 children. Their father's emotional testimony.
I said, "Where are the kids?"
And what was her response?
She said, "They're in the basement."
Will the jury believe her claims of psychosis or convict her of murder? And Olivia Rodrigo. The singer celebrating her 3rd #1 record with hits like Stupid Song, exclusively with our Diane Sawyer.
If you had 3 words to describe this album, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Her big event this summer, inspired by the legendary Lilith Fair, the A-list friend she's brought on board, and her advice on one of her favorite subjects, breakups.
What is the best thing anyone ever said about getting over heartbreak?
Oh my gosh.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with breaking news in the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. Just hours ago, police in Arizona releasing 2 ransom notes, allegedly from her kidnappers, hoping someone might recognize the author. What those letters say happened to Savannah Guthrie's mother is both grim and heartbreaking. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Tonight, exactly 6 months after this masked man abducted Nancy Guthrie from her home near Tucson, we are seeing the chilling notes demanding a ransom. The first arrived the day after she was reported missing and was addressed to her daughter, Today host Savannah Guthrie. "We have your mother, Nancy. She is safe, but scared." The note demanded $4 million in Bitcoin, and if not paid in 7 days, threatened she will be killed. Your mother is aware of this, and her life is in your hands. 4 days later, a second note claiming Nancy Guthrie, who relied on daily medication to survive, had died. "We did not fully grasp the seriousness of her physical condition. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. She perished shortly after she was taken. We believe it was heart-related. She is buried in nature now." The note concluded, "We are truly sorry." The next day, Savannah Guthrie appeared to respond to that message.
"We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her."
She has said she believed both of those notes were credible.
I believe the 2 notes that we received, that we responded to, I tend to believe those are real.
Both notes contain the same Bitcoin address, and the author also claimed to know details from Nancy Guthrie's house, saying her white smartwatch was left at the foot of the bed and a backyard floodlight was destroyed. Investigators tell us those details are accurate. And tonight, the sheriff says labs across the country are working to untangle a mixed sample of DNA from as many as 4 people, and they're not giving up trying to trace those notes.
Have the investigators foreclosed on the possibility of finding the source of the ransom notes?
That's a constant work, in progress. Everything's important. We're going to track it down until we find out who it is that sent that ransom note.
Our thanks to Aaron. We'll have more on GMA in the morning. For now, we switch gears to Linsey Clancy, accused of murdering her 3 children. Her trial riveting much of the nation, becoming one of the most watched live court feeds and one of the week's top searches. Today, jurors in the Massachusetts case traveling to the scene of the crime. The murder trial for Linsey Clancy left the courtroom today. Instead of sitting and listening to testimony, the jury visited the scene of the crime.
It isn't common, but it isn't rare to see a jury go to a scene in order to see and understand what the attorneys are arguing in terms of their case.
Clancy stands accused of the unthinkable, the first-degree murders of her 3 young children back in 2023.
The defendant has been charged in 3 counts of murder.
The former labor and delivery nurse has pleaded not guilty, her defense admitting that Clancy did kill her children, but they argue she is not to blame because she suffered from a rare medical condition. postpartum psychosis.
Jurors are brought to the former Clancy home today in order to get a better understanding of what it means for Linsey Clancy to have been in the basement, strangle her children, come upstairs, cut herself, and then attempt to jump out of the second floor window. All of this will help the jury understand the arguments being made in the case.
The jurors were escorted by police, traveling in a bus with dark windows, along the same journey Clancy's now ex-husband took that tragic day. Before ending in the couple's former home in Duxbury, Mass. Cameras cannot show them on site, but the trip took a couple of hours. The visit to the home comes after Patrick Clancy wrapped up his emotional testimony earlier in the week.
Yeah, I said, what happened?
And what was her response?
She said I tried to kill myself.
Did you ask her anything else?
I said, where are the kids?
And what was her response?
She said they're in the basement.
The prosecution maintains the mother of three planned the deaths of her kids, sending Patrick out of the house to pick up dinner and run some errands, so he couldn't interfere. A trip that left her alone with the kids for 54 minutes. Prosecutors say Patrick even called to check in, and Linsey did not indicate anything was wrong. But the defense says this is a case of severe mental illness left untreated and potentially over-medicated.
Did anyone ever tell you not to leave your kids alone with Linsey?
No.
In January of 2023, did Linsey ever tell you that she wanted to harm your children?
No.
Did she ever tell you she was going to kill your children?
No.
Patrick is a witness for both the prosecution and the defense.
It's extremely rare to have one witness testify for both the prosecution and the defense. The prosecution focused on what he knew about the symptoms and red flags of Linsey Clancy leading up to the killing of his three children. Patrick Clancy helped the defense by humanizing his ex-wife to testify in a way that is positive of the defendant.
Patrick testified that in a phone call with Linsey about a week after the incident, she mentioned hearing a voice.
She said she heard a man's voice telling her that if she didn't do it now, she would lose her chance or something like that.
Another emotional moment in court this week when prosecutors showed the jury the pajamas the children were wearing when they were killed and the elastic bands used to strangle them. Prosecutors say Clancy then used a knife to cut her wrist and neck and then threw herself out of the second floor window. Her injuries left her partially paralyzed. Patrick Clancy eventually divorced his wife and remarried, but months after the incident, he shocked many when he released a statement asking family, friends, and the public to forgive Linsey. Linsey Clancy alleges that she had asked for help repeatedly. In a separate civil malpractice lawsuit, she alleges her postpartum depression was improperly treated by multiple medical providers, citing she went to emergency rooms, she called crisis hotlines, she admitted herself to hospitals, she took the medications prescribed to her, she communicated her worsening symptoms to providers, she told them the medications were making her worse, and still, the medical system failed her completely.
Postpartum psychosis is very, very uncommon. It is a very rare condition. It happens in about 1 to 2 out of 1,000 births. The person who's experiencing it may not be able to identify that something's wrong because postpartum psychosis is really a departure from reality.
Next week, the jury will be back in the courtroom. It's unclear whether Linsey Clancy will take the stand in her own defense. The trial is expected to last 6 to 8 weeks. If you or a loved one are struggling with thoughts of self-harm or other mental health crises, reach out to the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by dialing or texting 988. We'll, of course, continue to follow this case as it progresses. And when we come back, we switch gears. Singer Olivia Rodrigo sitting down with our Diane Sawyer, peeling back the layers of her new album and sharing advice on one of her favorite subjects, breakups.
What is the best thing anyone ever said about getting over heartbreak?
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back. Olivia Rodrigo's latest album rocketed to #1 in the Billboard 200 chart, her third consecutive #1 record. At just 23, she's known for her raw, poetic songwriting. Olivia tells our Diane Sawyer how she turns heartbreak into hits in the star-studded concert she's got planned for this summer. Here's another look.
We're good.
So August 29?
Yes.
It is big. Tell me about the name, Daisy Chain Festival?
Yeah, Daisy Chain Fields. When I pictured this festival, I had an image in my head of girls sitting underneath a tree, like making
their
little daisy chain, yeah, or like flower crowns or friendship bracelets. And so I came up with the name Daisy Chain Fields. And I also just like the idea of a daisy chain, how we can all be individual links in this chain that is like larger than the individual.
And surprisingly strong.
Surprisingly strong, yes, and beautiful. I'm so excited about the lineup. My friend Chapel Roan is going to do it, Doechii, Bikini Kill, and Kathleen Hanna is a huge hero of mine. 100% of the net proceeds of the festival go to charity, which is something
100%.
Yeah, and all of the incredible artists who are on the bill are doing it for free for charity, which is just a real testament to their hearts as well as their talent.
The stars streaming in to support organizations that help women, like the ones advocating for domestic workers, reproductive rights, and resources for infant care. She says she's picking up the flame from another festival that happened long before she was born. Back in the 1990s, Sarah McLachlan summoned powerhouse singers for an all-female concert called Lilith Fair. The doubters said no one would come. But look what happened. Lilith Fair dominated summer after summer. Icons joined forces like Sheryl Crow singing with Bonnie Raitt. Tracy Chapman was there, the Indigo Girls, and in the end, Lilith Fair raised $10 million for groups that support women.
Lilith Fair was a huge inspiration in me starting this festival, Daisy Chain Fields, and actually the first person that I called when I decided that I wanted to do this festival was Sarah McLachlan. She's a total trailblazer and an incredible artist and a friend.
Rumor has it Stevie Nicks?
Yes, Stevie Nicks is going to come, Karen O from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Here's my dream. I'm putting in my little dream, that you and Stevie Nicks are singing Landslide.
We might make that happen for you, Diane.
Oh,
we'll see.
You do?
Can't give too much away.
But time makes you bolder. Children get older. I'm getting older too.
I think there's this rhetoric that girls are supposed to be competing with each other for like the top spot, or there's only this many resources for everyone. And I think it's an experience like Lilith Fair and hopefully Daisy Chain that'll show us that we're all way stronger when we come together and support one another.
Hard to believe the young woman with the supersonic career began as the tiny 8-year-old in talent competitions, nailing a Barbra Streisand song. After that, a series of iconic television triumphs. And when she was just 17, her lead single from her first album went straight to #1.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about.
It happened again on her second album. And now she is the first artist in history to make it 3 in a row.
One night I was bored in bed.
Her new third album is called You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. It's filled with her signature humor and the piercing poetry about the healing of a first date and the bone crush of a breakup.
If you had 3 words to describe this album, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a great question. Hopeful. I think a lot of the album has to do with hope and sometimes the lack thereof. So I'd say hopeful, maybe melancholic, and introspective. Yeah, I think lots of the songs are me looking inward in a way that I don't think I had the emotional maturity to do in my last 2 albums, so I'm proud of that.
What is the best thing anyone ever said about getting over heartbreak?
Oh my gosh. It's really hard. I think in my most heartbroken moments, you can't really see the forest through the trees a little bit, and you're just like, I will never love anyone ever again. And I don't know, I remember people always telling me one day you're gonna wake up and it's just not gonna hurt anymore and you're gonna be totally fine. And I remember being like, you don't get it, you've never been this heartbroken before. And it's true, it happens. One day you wake up and you feel totally whole and totally happy without that person. And yeah, but I mean, it's a question that artists and poets have been trying to answer for a long time, so who knows?
Do you say to yourself, my generation does look at love differently?
I don't think so. I really don't think so, actually. I mean, obviously the context of love is so different these days when you have dating apps and Instagram and all of that. Are you on dating apps? No, no.
I was going to leap over.
I know. No shame in that game. No shame in that game. No, but so many people come up to me of varying age groups and backgrounds, and they all come up to me and they're like, I felt this exact same way when I was falling in love, or I felt this exact same way when I was 17 and I went through my first heartbreak. It just goes to show that we're so much more alike than we are different in the world.
So what's the perfect wedding song?
That's a great question. I want to hear yours, but mine is Melt With You by Modern English. I have a real vision of having the kiss and then walking back down the aisle to this song. I love that one. I also love Harvest Moon, I think would be a good one. Maybe for like a slow dance. Yeah. Yeah, the Neil Young song. I feel like that would be great. I don't know. I guess it depends on who I marry.
In September, she sets off on her concert tour. Every single date sold out in minutes. Millions of young fans counting the days until once again they get to sing along with the woman who's become the superstar next door.
What do you think is the question now for young women?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess it's different for everyone. I think it's been many different questions throughout my whole life. I think right now it's just what makes me happy, I think. That's what I'm trying to do in my art and in my life. I just, I'm really trying to come at all things from the angle of joy, you know what I mean? Like what I do for work is so wonderful and so fun, and I think if I'm not doing it all through the lens of joy and gratitude, then what's the point?
Our thanks to Diane. The Daisy Chain Fields Festival happens August 29th. When we come back, it's the Jetsons' Rosie.
Thank you. And I love you people too.
For the modern age, see the housekeeping robots promising futuristic tidying technology right now. And finally, could this be the future of housekeeping? It's tonight's Nightlight. A startup company bringing humanoid cleaners into San Francisco homes. Video from Tower Robotics showing futuristic robots vacuuming, wiping down surfaces, and generally behaving like the Jetsons' Rosie the Robot without the chatter.
Thank you. And I love you people too.
The company charging $30 an hour for the service, which is controlled by a real-life human back at headquarters. And that's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Have a good and safe weekend.